Hey, WeUNIK fam, it's Lady T again, and y'all, I am about to battle a 3 week old blowout. I have been in quite the funk for at least 3 weeks, maybe a little more. The world is worlding and it's a little overwhelming, and so I have not had the energy to take care of myself, and that's the truth. I look at the news, and even if I avoid the news, I'm getting notifications and updates and recommendations, and it's just a lot, y'all. Between the weather and Diddy and them, like all that DV stuff is very triggering to me. And, just hearing the news stories just really reignites a lot of my trauma and just overall, I'm getting up there. I think I might be entering a midlife crisis, to be honest. But whatever it is, it had me in quite the funk. And the funk resulted in me not moisturizing my hair throughout the weeks. I haven't detangled in at least 2 weeks. And, I've sweated because I worked out. So my roots are all pretty matted. At one point, I got caught in a light rain shower, so I just threw it up in a high bun. So, some of it reverted, some of it straight, it's matted in the middle, and it's just a mess. And so, what you are witnessing in this video is me pulling myself out of this funk and forcing myself to do some self care. So, this is what we're gonna do, it took me about 45 minutes total to detangle. And basically, the products and tools I use is my favorite detangling tool on the planet, which is my wide tooth sandalwood comb. I love that bad boy, or that bad girl. I love her. A spray bottle with some water in it so I could mist my strands and keep them hydrated during the detangle process, which means they will break less easily. And lastly, Aunt Jackie's not on my watch. I had to pull out the big dog for this detangle mess. Yes, I make my own products, and I could use the Metamorphosis scalp and hair therapy oil, and I would if I were detangling my hair to style it. However, I'm detangling it to even wash it. Like if I were to get in the shower with how tangled it is and how matted it is at the roots, it would be a nightmare. And if I were to just try to detangle it all at once, it would be a nightmare and I would lose a whole lot of hair during the process. So, since I am detangling to do a butter treatment and a shampoo, I'm not using any of the Metamorphosis products because that would just be a waste, to be quite honest. I'll be washing all that good shine away, all that good moisture away. But yeah, so I'm pulling myself out of this funk. And one of the first things I do, because it's so matted, especially at the roots, is before I can even section it, I go through and not even finger detangle, but just assess the level of tangles, assess the level of matting and the early stages of dreading. And then I gently pull the large mats and large knots apart. And I do it on dry hair. Why? Because I have so much sebum and product buildup from the neglect that if I were to just apply water, all that sebum and product, it hardens up almost like cement. It's really like I might as well pour cement on my head. Um, and I would just lose so much hair. So before I even wet it, I gently pull the large knots and mats apart, and then I section it. So you'll see in the video, it took several attempts to even section because it was like one big matted ball in the center of my head. And the key to detangling in any situation, but especially if it's a super tangled some matting has already started and it's more tangled than usual. The thing is to just have patience. Like, if you got stuff to do, detangle on another day. Make sure you have a couple hours minimum. You know, I'm kind of a pro at this, so I was able to detangle in less than an hour. But I still scheduled two just in case. So be patient and gentle and take your time. And, the world is whirling. My mind is just in such a funk. So instead of trying to rush through this, I'm just taking my time too to give myself some self-care because I earned it, y'all. I'm tired. This world is beating me up. I got some things going on in my personal life. I got some major decisions to make that are kind of stressing me out a little bit. Y'all know I've been a hermit for forever. Well, it feels like forever. I wouldn't. I started out super gregarious and outgoing, y'all, but uh, some events, pushed me into becoming a hermit. Um, and so I don't know why. Just taking this time to be calm with myself and gentle with myself and gentle with my hair is actually soothing my soul. And so yeah, back to the detangling. If you notice, like I do the same after the hair is sectioned. I'll do another finger detangle, assess the section, spray some moisture, apply some product, and use the comb to gently comb through the tangles. And y'all will notice this sandalwood comb, it glides through the hair like no plastic comb ever could. And it really helps to redistribute oils, and it's so gentle. And you'll notice barely any hair comes off in the combs. So it's just the most gentle tool for detangling that I'm aware of. So once I do that, so I finger detangle, spray, apply product, and use the comb. If the section is still tangled, I go through those same three steps again and again and again until the section is adequately combed out, adequately detangled. And once it's adequately detangled, I then braid that section up because it will tangle again. you know. That's what sometimes people think, oh, I detangle my whole hair, so it's just time to rock and roll. No, 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 baby. It'll retangle again. Because imagine textured hair strands. They're kind of like Velcro a little bit. Like the curls in one strand will stick to the curls in another strand. It just is what it is. Now, if I was detangling to style, I would still braid each section when I was done. And then when I was ready to style, if I was going to do a heat stretch style, I would blow dry each section separately and then either styler or flat iron each section separately and then take everything out. And even when it's flat iron or heat stretch like this is an old blow dry. I didn't even flat iron. It's an old blow dry. Even still, I still have to be mindful and gentle when manipulating it throughout however long the style is in. And then, a best practice is to go in and check the moisture level and apply additional pomade or oil as needed. But at the end of the day, y'all, I'm pulling myself out of this funk. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. And as I talk to other women in particular about my age, I'm 51, I hear the same three themes again and again and again. I'm tired, I'm lonely, and I got no one to talk to. And I hear it so often that, you know what, the next WeUNIK meetup, we're actually going to make it free. We had to start charging a nominal fee to keep the trolls out. But to just make it more accessible, we're going to go ahead and make it free. We're going to have cocktails, mocktails, connect and chill with others who are tired, lonely, and have no one to talk to. Because what I understand and what I've come to realize in talking to so many women is that many of us are feeling the urge to usher in a soft era or soft, demure, gentle era. But you know what? Life just does not allow us to or hasn't allowed us to. And so, myself, I'm trying to navigate this new mental landscape of mine where I am seeking a more gentle life, and I'm trying to calm my survival self down enough to let her know it's okay, boo boo, we're gonna be all right. You know, you can become more vulnerable and softer. You don't have to be so tough and fight all the time. But it just seems like life keeps lifing and keeps bringing up reasons for me to continue to be that bad bitch I always been. But the bad bitch is tired and just wants to be feminine. You know, I want to, like, sometimes, even though a lot of this stuff that's going on in the world is not impacting me directly, like many of us are prayed up, and, we know the whole biblical verbiage that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I'm so grateful. Like, sometimes you can literally feel the torpedoes whizzing by and missing. But even though they're missing, it can still be stressful to see them hit the targets. Even if them targets deserve it, it can still be stressful and upsetting and overwhelming. And, I'm human, I'm an empath, as are many of you. So even though you good, and even though some people does, you know, it's just karma. We're all reaping what we sow right now, and some of us are reaping uh, some dark stuff. It still can be upsetting to even be in the vicinity to see the, the chaos and the catastrophe and to hear the lamenting. It can be a lot. And so, if you too are just tired and exhausted and in a bit of a funk, or trying to pull yourself out of a funk, and you just are seeking a safe space, a safe community of like-minded individuals to just get together and kiki and have a nice time, discuss some coping mechanisms and let off a little steam. Join us on Friday, October 25th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the WeUNIK Meetup. Check the description for additional details. And just stay blessed, y'all. Stay blessed, stay positive. Keep your energy clean, keep your vibration high, and just try to block out as much foolishness as possible and focus on what you have to be grateful for. And, it's human to get into a funk, and it's human to stay there, but it's also human to pull yourself up and pull yourself out of that funk and be to the world what God intended you to be to the world. And sometimes you need a little help doing that. And I hope you join us on the 25th, to just get some help and some fellowship, and just be seen and be heard. And yeah, so we're going to see how long I can stay out of the funk this time. And I'm not trying to go back in no time soon, but I'm proud of me for recognizing it and getting out of it, even though it took a few weeks. Because before, y'all, I'd be down for sometimes a year, to be quite honest. And yeah, so thank God for progress. Thank God for bravery and courage. Thank God for blessings. And thank God for you. TTFN.